Hello, guys. Thank you for tuning into this live session of Anderson and Tendulkar Trophy. We are into the fifth test. It's happening in Kennington Oval. So, pretty decent day for both the teams. But who will be happy? That's the entire discussion is all about. So, let us think of how the things went for India and England. Remember, England starting with the series 2-1, so which means they do have the upper hand, and it will be everything on India to check and give them a proper response. So, having said all these, the day one is done and dusted. 64 overs have been bowled. The reason is that because of rain interruptions, we lost too many overs. So pretty decent run rate from India's point of view, 204 for 6, which means they are going at a good rate, which is a very surprising pitch made by the curator. Such a green grass, tough conditions for the batting, and especially when it is overcast conditions. So which means 204 for 6 at the end of the day's play. I mean I can understand England 60%, India 40, but at one stage it was not looking great for India. Now, if you look at series wise, the most important session was session 1. India lost 3 wickets, and that too a batsman who can really play the England bowlers seaming conditions with his great technique, Rahul. I just get the feeling that Jaiswal is out of touch, and that is a really big concern for India. Jaiswal not looking in great touch, is not able to read the ball, which is coming back and hitting the pads. So it's a tough game for Jaiswal. KL Rahul was looking good, but he was trying to cut a shot, which is you can't cut those shots. But when you look at the playing 11 of India, I mean, I was quite surprised. Yes, Drew Jurel has to make his way. Drew Jurel will have his opportunity because Rishabh Pant got injured. Second thing, Akash Deep is as expected for in place of Kamboj. And one more thing, India dropped Bumrah, which is quite of an expected thing, but again, uh, can't do much because if he's not available, he's not available. So they went with extra batter and dropped one all rounder. So Shardul Thakur has been dropped and Karun Nair was taken. And most surprising pick was Prasidh Krishna. Well, I'm not sure how it is going to suit, but if this is the pitch for the next coming few days, then Prasidh Krishna and Mohammad Siraj will enjoy it to the most. So if that is the case, it's a great choice. If you look at any expert, if you ask any analyst, you can't even see Karun Nair and Sai Sudarshan playing in one team, which means they rely a lot on batting once again. So they don't want to take the risk of having an extra seamer or extra spinner. So they went with proper 8 batsmen. Yeah, hi Priya. Hope you're doing great. I think, yeah, hope you're doing great. How's the day so far? So yeah, so coming to the thing, so India started really well this session, and they were quite well, 83 for 3, because of the rain interruption. An early lunch was taken, rightly so, and we lost nearly the entire second session. And for that reason, England has to bowl 38 to 40 overs in the span of that last session. Unnecessary run out from Shubham Gill, which I felt that one was not required. When you look at the circumstances, Gill was looking so promising that the defense and the technique that he has shown was tremendous. The ball was moving a lot. When you look at all the five test matches played, this is a test where they got a lot of swing and a lot of sea movement. So they prepared a proper English summer wicket for this final test match, and I can understand what is the reason behind that. It is kind of a mind tactics, but again, India were equally up to the task and played really well. So when you look at the threat in terms of England bowling, Gus Atkinson, what a comeback he has made. Yeah, I mean, probably the last time he played was maybe 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, but he was looking at such rhythm that he was unplayable. 15 overs, 16 overs bowled, 18 runs conceded, 2 wickets taken. So he has given only one per over. I think the most disappointing performance for England, it has to be Jamie Overton. On such a green wicket where there is a lot of bounce, seam, and movement, he has considered around 4.5 per over. So, I mean, and one more minus thing for England going forward is that Chris Wokes is not going to play because while trying to stop a four, injury has happened to his left shoulder, I believe, and he was so agony and so pain that I mean, I'm not sure of the official thing from the ECB, but it looks like a fracture to his left shoulder. So wishing him a free speed recovery, but England will miss a great all-rounder. Chris Wokes can bat and bowling. He has done phenomenal job for England over a period of time. So that's how the things went. The standout player for today's game, it has to be today's play for India. It has to be Sai Sudarshan and Karun Nair. Sai Sudarshan weathered the storm really well in the initial, you can say, 20 overs. Although he made 38 runs and faced more than 100 balls, which means that he is getting into his stride and he can play shots and wonderful cover driving shots. When you look at Indian batting, the most they struggled was with the ball which was balled between the fourth stump and the off stump. That's where India lost the wicket of Jadeja, they lost wicket of Sai Sudarshan, and all other batters. When you pitch it up, a full length delivery, India were so happy to play those, and we scored most of the runs. And an interesting point here to be made is that out of 204 runs India made on the first day, 34 extras from England. I'm not sure what the thought process is all about, but there were too many wides, a wide and for plus 4 runs, so five in total. So I don't blame the wicketkeeper because it was quite out of the reach. It was not within the radar itself. So either England bowled really well or went off. So they were not consistent with the line and length, and that's where they feel that given the surface that they want, they did not properly utilize it. Although it may look a slight advantage to them at this point, but 204 for 6, India did really well to recover from that stage. Karun Nair bringing his half century after 8 years against the same team, but that was in home condition, and this was in away, but really well played. That's what the best comes out when you were pushed to the wall. Karuna delivers. If you look at all the analysis that we made in the earlier videos, we did not ever say that Karuna is not fit for test. It's just that he gets the starts, scores around 35, 40, 28, 30, and suddenly gets out. So the technique is there, the temperament exists, and moreover, he has that confidence of playing the shots, the ball when you pitch it up right, the wonderful cover drives you play, and that is the hallmark of Karuna's inning. So India will start the day tomorrow, but the rain has been such a unexpected aspect no one would have dreamt of, because the conditions are such. It is quite cloudy. I see the red forecast coming up, and India will try to consolidate the things. The first hour of the play, at least getting to 300 will be a massive, massive total on that pitch. It's not kind of a pitch where you go and straight away play your shots. You need to have that patient to have the stride forward and see movement, a sideway movement, which I expected to behave in the Lord's cricket ground. Now this is happening in this ground. So watch out England's innings. But for tomorrow, Washington Sundar and Karun Nair will resume from there they left. It's going to be interesting game, because if once India passes 250, 300, I think that is a very competitive total. If the condition remains the same, England will be really suffering a lot. I know they're bad deep, but at the same time, fresh bowlers not batting much they've left, and Chris Fox is also injured, so they will also have that calculation in their mind to go forward and see what they can do. So it was a very eventful day for India, to be frank. 204 on that surface for loss of 6 wickets, maybe 2 wickets, which India would have played really well. That is a run out of Shubman Gill, and another was Drew Jurel. Drew Jurel choice of playing that shot was needless and not required. Except that, if you look at all other wickets, they were fantastic. As a batsman, you can't do much, because when it is snipping back, seaming a lot, you wish it just would miss your bat and we play the next ball. But those faint edges, the pitching up the line and the length was spot on from Gus Atkinson, and I feel that is a threat for India. If they play really well, Gus Atkinson, the first hour of the play, I think we are going to see some good total, and that should be good enough for India to get the 10 wickets. It's interesting how Prasidh Krishna balls tomorrow as well, because after some terrible bowling in the initial test that he has played, he was dropped, and Akashdeep, Kamboj, many other were introduced. So he has given that one last faith from the coach's point of view, because I initially felt Arshdeep Singh will have the chance to play the playing 11 and his first ever match, but India going with experience, not with experiment. That's what my understanding is. So thanks for watching this video. We'll get back to you tomorrow after the day 2. Thank you.